ADOS community, I've been saying it all along. The Democrats are trying to replace us. They know that we're not going to vote for them any longer. They know that they took advantage of our votes. They took advantage of our community for decades. We've given them our vote and they ain't done shit in return for us. They know that the ADOS movement is alive and well and is waking up our people. They're not interested in fixing the problems in our community. So what do? You replace us with another group. And who are they looking to replace us with? These illegals. They're looking to bring them over here so that they can replace us as the new voting bloc, ADOS. So I found an article. I'm going to post the link to the article in the description box so that you can read it for yourself. The title of the article is House Democrats Pass DREAM Act Despite Likely Senate Block. Let's delve into the article. The House passed the DREAM and Promise Act, which provides a pathway to citizenship for 2.5 million people who came to the United States illegally as children, as well as foreigners living here under temporary protected status. So I think the key to this is they chose to come here. Did we choose to come here, ADOS? Or were we forced to come here? See, they chose to break the law. They chose to cross the border illegally. They have a country to go back to. They know their language. They know their lineage. But did we choose to come here? No, we were forced to come here against our own will, against our own volition. We were victims of the transatlantic slave trade. We were forced to become slaves to build up this country. We were never repaired or restituted or repaid for years of free labor. We weren't paid a dime of reparations. And yet we marched and we fought for every gain and every benefit that we obtained in this country. We fought for it. Now these illegals get to come over here, get to walk into citizenship and take advantage of unearned fucking benefits. It's not fucking fair. Furthermore, the measure passed easily Tuesday in the Democratic-led chamber, winning huge applause in the viewing gallery filled with advocates for the so-called dreamers. But the measure faces certain opposition in the Republican-led Senate. No, the real dreamers are the children of the transatlantic slave trade. The ones that marched for voting rights and fair housing. The ones that marched, the march in the civil rights movement, which led to the Civil Rights Act, which benefited all groups. Those are the real dreamers. The real dreamers are Dr. King. The real dreamers are Malcolm X. The real dreamers are those that are lying in caskets because they stood for their people. The people that were sprayed with water hoses. The people that had dogs sicked on them. The people that were spat on. Those are the real dreamers, not these fucking Johnny-come-lately illegals that didn't fight in any wars, that didn't march for any rights, that didn't contribute to society at all. They are not the real dreamers. The real dreamers are ADOS, the ones that built the fucking country. Those are the real dreamers. While the likely measure won't become law in this Congress, Democrats celebrated the passage of the bill as a fulfillment of a promise they have made for years to dreamers seeking a way to escape deportation. About 700,000 of those included in the legislation are a part of an Obama-era program called Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, which is tied up in court and has left those enrolled in the program in legal limbo. So think about this. All of this shit was put in motion by Obama. Obama put all of this shit in motion. DACA, looking out for the children of illegals, because the ultimate end game for the Democrats is to replace the black community. So how do you do that? How do you deceive the black community and replace him at the same time? You give him a fake black president and you maneuver vicariously through that black president and you pass laws and legislation like DACA. Do you think a white president would have been able to sign an executive order for DACA, no, the black community would be up in arms. But they used a black face to create that legislation for black destruction. Obama, they used him. They used Obama because their goal is to destroy and replace the black community. Look at Obama's housing policies. Look at the regression of black wealth under Obama. It was all done by design by the Democrats. They want to replace us, ADOS. Furthermore, they are American in every way except on paper. And guess who said that? Representative Barbara Lee, the black woman. She's black. She's up here standing for the rights of illegal immigrants, people that chose to come here illegally, people that did wrong and came over here and broke the law. She's standing up for illegals and not standing up for the black community. No, Barbara Lee, you should be standing up for the ADOS community. You should be talking about reparations. You should be talking about policing and police brutality. You should be talking about Colin Kaepernick. You should be talking about Flint, Michigan. You should be talking about issues that confront our people specifically, not these fucking Johnny-come-lately illegals that didn't do anything for our society. That's why I'm sick of the Congressional Black Caucus and all these fake black leaders like Maxine Waters and John Lewis standing up for the rights of illegals when they know our community is suffering. Police are shooting our people with impunity in the streets. We have a Flint, Michigan, in the richest country in the history of the world. We haven't been paid a dime in reparations. The high unemployment rate among black people in this country, yet they're fighting for illegal immigrants because these black organizations in America are scams. They are imposters, and they are used by the Democrats to lull us to sleep so that they can replace us, ADOS. That is the end game. That's what Obama did. That's what Barbara Lee is doing. Maxine Waters. They're using black faces so that they can destroy our community and replace us ultimately, ADOS. That's pretty much, I'm not going to read the full extent of the article. I'm going to post it in the description box so that you can read it for yourself. The Democrats are trying to replace us. They don't want to look out for the victims of the transatlantic slave trade. The people that made it possible for all these immigrants to come over here. The people that built the country. The people that fought in every war. The people that contributed to society. They don't want to look out for us. The people that were sprayed with water hoses. The people that had dogs sicked on them. The people that suffered Jim Crow. The people that's been here for 400 years and suffered inhumane situations that nobody else has experienced in America. None of these immigrants marched for anything. None of these immigrants fought in any wars. None of these immigrants has done anything for America. All they're looking to do is come over here and take. But the Democrats see votes. That's why they're fighting for these fucking illegal immigrants. So that's why ADOS, we got to keep fighting for a black agenda. We got to keep fighting for reparations. We got to be exclusive. We can't be like the civil rights movement in the past, letting everybody in, letting the fake Jews in, letting every other group come in and sabotage our movement. No, the ADOS movement is for black issues only. We're not fighting for illegals. Like Angela Rice said, we're all immigrants. We're not all immigrants. Black people built America. Black issues come first to the ADOS movement. We're not making the same mistake that Dr. King made in the civil rights movement. It is black issues first. A black agenda first. And let these fucking illegal immigrants hold their own nuts. They chose to break the law. They chose to come over here illegally, so they got to suffer the consequences. That's why I agree with President Trump. All these fucking illegals need to go back to their goddamn country. They got a country to go back to. They know their lineage. They know their language. They got ancestors and family members in their own country. They need to be fucking deported. But that's all I got to say. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. Drop a comment, ADOS. I want to know what you think about this. They are really trying to replace us. It is obvious. They are ignoring our issues. Just like Biden said, the first thing he's going to do if he becomes president is look out for gays. He said nothing about the black community. They're trying to replace us, ADOS. But that's all I got to say. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And thank you for allowing me to share my views. Have a great evening.